Welcome everyone, here's how you use the Nothing Phone 1. So first of all, real quick, we have the volume rockers here, volume up, volume down, and the power button. Now, in order to turn off your Nothing Phone 1, you may have tried pressing and holding the power button, and you notice when I'm doing it, I feel vibration on the back of my Nothing Phone, but nothing's happening. So in order to turn off your Nothing Phone 1, what you have to do is you need to click and release both the power button, okay, power, and volume up key at the same time. So you click release at the same time. So let's do this together. 3, 2, 1, click release, and now you'll see the power down menu. So from here you can do a restart and power off. Sometimes you may be in a situation where your Nothing Phone 1 is freezing or glitching and you want to do a forced restart, okay, to fix the frozen screen. So what you do is, instead of releasing the volume up and power button, you click and hold, okay, so hold down both volume up and the power button. Don't release until you see the Nothing logo, and then from there you can release the buttons, and that's how you do a forced restart. Now from here you are brought to the operating system. If you watch this far and you are still on the setup screen, I'll have a video on how to set up Nothing Phone 1 in the description, but on the home screen here, sliding across left and right, we'll go through the different pages. If you slide up, you'll be brought to the app drawer. So the app drawer will contain all of the applications installed in the Nothing Phone 1. The home screen will contain any application you would like, because on the home screen you can delete applications from the home screen but keep them on the device itself, and they'd stay in the app drawer. So how would you delete an app from the home screen but keep it on the device itself? Well, you're going to long press on an app, and then you're going to drag and drop to where you see here remove, and then release your finger, and that will remove an app from the home screen. If you want to add an app from the home screen, you slide up to access the app drawer, drag, drop, and boom, an application has been added. You can add multiple icons for the same app, okay? So I have Chrome here and Chrome here as well, so keep that in mind. Now, most users who have set up their Nothing Phone 1 will have set up with the buttons, okay? So this is the back button here. The usage for back button, let's say I open up the settings app and I go into a sub menu. You have the back icon right here, you can tap on that, but the best way to go back is just by using your thumb here, okay? Look how easy this is, and you just tap on the back, boom, just like that. You also have the home button, this brings you home, and then the multitasking view right here. So here is the deal, when you go back, right, so let's say I'm in Chrome and I go back to go home, or I press the home button, the app is still going to be in the background, it's still going to use resources. So when we activate multitasking like so, if you want to close out of an app from the multitasking, you see the app right here, and then you see the little app box. You just slide up with one finger, you do a little flick, okay, so flick up, and boom, the application will close just like that. If you're watching this video and you use the swipe gestures, then I will have a dedicated tutorial on how to use the swipe gestures for you guys in the description down below. Okay, now with the power buttons and the volume rockers, we can do a bunch of cool stuff. So the main one is taking a screenshot, okay? So let's say you have something cool, you want to capture the screen of, okay? What you're going to do is you're going to click and release the power button and the volume down. So to access power menu, we click and release power and volume up like so. But if you want a screenshot, you click and release power and volume down together. So 3, 2, 1, click release, and you can see a screenshot will be taken. So it will show the preview right here. You can tap on the edit or the share, and then you'll be brought to this view, and you can crop, and you can do a bunch of other stuff as well. And once you have done your changes, you can tap on save a copy. If you do not want the screenshot to be saved, you can tap on cancel, discard, and boom, the screenshot will be discarded. Now when you take a screenshot, again, power volume down, if you just slide to the left, that will do a quick save of this screenshot. To view screenshots you have taken, what you want to do is you just want to open up the Photos app. So I'm just going to tap on this one right here. And once the Photos app is opened, you will notice we don't see the screenshot. That's because you need to tap on Library, and then you'll see the screenshot right here. You can tap on it, you can view the screenshot. Now when it comes to any photo or screenshot, you always can edit right here, and you have a bunch of editing tools at your disposal if you would like to do editing with a screenshot. Now one of the main features with Nothing Phone 1 are the glyphs right here. I personally turn them off, but you know what, they are useful for some people. So we want to open up the settings app, so find settings, and we're going to open it up. Now from here we have this thing called Glyph interface, so let's tap into it. you have the option to turn on or off the glyph lights, okay? So if you're like me and you don't like them, you can always just turn them off. Now, when you have them on, you can change the brightness here. Do keep in mind that when you use the brightness slider, accidentally close out settings. When you use the brightness slider, so I'm changing the brightness, you can see it will not show anything. What we have to do is we have to, do some tests. So let's tap into the ringtone here. Let's go to default ringtone. And now you can see the lights are, well, I mean, you can see they're flashing, right? So you have a bunch of ringtones that you can choose. If you have the sound on, like so, you'll also be able to hear, what's going on as well. So let's go to, let's say, this one. And honestly, that hurts my ears, but you can see that is the ringtone you'd be getting. Okay, let's go to this one. Boom. Now, what I've noticed is like, I don't know, there's like some weird green reflection thing with these lights. I just don't like them personally, but you can see you can change a bunch of ringtones, and these ringtones here will have the little light effect. If you find it cool, if you find it useful, that's great. Me personally, my phone's always down, so I've never found it useful. You can also set specific ringtones for other contacts here, so Alf, which is me if you're wondering, Oscar Green, the OG, if you know what I'm saying. So you can just change individually. And you have the notification sound, so this is of course, the Twitter, stuff like that, not the ringtone. And you can change the notification light, so if I just do that real quick, boom, you can see. If you don't want glyphs to be on for certain notifications, you can see here, sound only, you can turn that one on, just like that. Now flip to glyph. So this one you may be interested in. So you can see here, for quiet focus, put nothing phone 1 in the glyph interface. So what does this mean? Well, by default, okay, when your phone is facing downwards, so the screen is up, when you get a notification, it's going to play sound. However, when your phone is faced down like this, where you have of course the glyphs facing upwards, when you get a notification, it won't actually make a sound. Instead, the glyphs will shine. If you want that on, you can turn this one on. If you want that off, well, I guess you can turn that one off. Now you also have the feature here, turn off automatically. So here is the deal. I personally just I was charging right once, and when I was charging, there was just this big light. Oh my god, my eyes were violated, like they were violated. So I do recommend you have a schedule here, a bedtime schedule, because if you have the glyphs on when the lights are off, okay, your eyes will hurt, and they will hurt for like half an hour, something like that. Maybe I'm a bit sensitive, but I do recommend you have here the bedtime schedule so that the glyphs are not shining, especially when you charge nothing phone 1. They'll do a little flash, and you do not want that to happen. Now a little tip is you will need to upgrade the software. I'll show you how to do this, but if you charge, okay, nothing phone 1, and you wiggle the phone itself, you see, well, I need to put this in light, you see this little glyph right here. This will actually show you the battery percentage on nothing phone 1. If you do a little shake, okay, like a little wiggle, it will actually show the percentage for a couple of seconds, which is a little pretty cool feature. Of course, you will need to be charging, and the older softwares don't have this working for whatever reason, so keep that in mind. Now, let's go back to the home screen. Let's slide down once, and let's slide down one more time. This right here is the control center. So in the control center, we have a bunch of options. We have the torch, okay? The torch is the flashlight, if you're wondering. Now, nothing phone haven't introduced a long press yet. However, Android 13, so if you're watching in a couple of months' time, Android 13 will allow you to long press in the torch, and you'll be able to change like the brightness of the torch if you find that one useful. Then you have other toggles as well. If you want the glyphs to be on or off directly in control center, do not disturb, and all these other features. The important part here is the pencil. If you tap on the pencil, you can actually change which tiles you want in the control center. So these tiles right here are what is on, and then hold and drag to add. These are not on, okay? So maybe you want data saver or extra dim, you just drag and then drop into the tiles area, and then if I slide across, you can see extra dim. Now on, you can see it just slightly reduces the display. I mean, it doesn't really do much, but that is something that does exist. Now some stuff here as well, you can long press on the toggle, and it'll bring you to the settings. So Bluetooth, if you long press, it brings you to Bluetooth settings. Let's find Wi-Fi. So let's go to Wi-Fi here, long press, boom, and it'll bring you to Wi-Fi settings, etc. So it's something useful. Do keep in mind though, if I just go to the settings app, which you can do by accessing the control center, You see settings right here. You do have the network options, network and internet. So this is where you'd manage the Wi-Fi network. This is where you'd manage hotspot. This is where you'd manage your SIM cards as well. And then connected devices, that is the Bluetooth, that is the NFC, stuff like that you may want to mess around with. Now if I go to battery, if you want the battery percentage at the top right hand side of the screen, you turn on the battery percentage right here. You have the battery saver, so if you want to use the battery saver, you just turn this one on. So what battery saver will do is it will limit the refresh rate. So your phone may look a little bit laggy, just keep that in mind. It will also turn on dark mode by default. Essentially, if you're having issues with battery life, you definitely want to turn on the battery saver. If you want your battery to last as long as possible, definitely keep the battery saver on right here. You can change the schedule and turn off when charged as well. Now, let's do some multitasking in the Nothing Phone 1. So let's say I want to do multitasking. You can open up the first app of choice, okay? So in my case, it's Google Chrome. And you're going to open up the second app of choice. So this is the messages. Then you activate multitasking, okay? And you see this little icon here. You tap on the icon and you see split screen. You tap on split screen and then you tap on the second app you want to split screen with. And then just like that, you are able to split screen in the Nothing Phone 1. So you can see app on the top, app on the bottom, right? You can also slide across, all that good stuff as well. Now Nothing Phone 1 haven't added this feature yet, but it should be in future Android versions, also for updates. So you see this little white bar here. In the future, you should be able to double tap this. When you double tap it, it will switch, okay, the bottom app with the top app, and the top app with the bottom app. If you slide all the way down here, you can close out the bottom app. Okay, boom. If you do the reverse, you can also close out of the top app as well. Now, if you want to download applications in the Nothing Phone 1, of course, use the Google Play Store. If you did set up your Nothing Phone 1 without a Google account, now you realize that a Google account is required in order to use the Nothing Phone 1. So just keep in mind, you will need to sign in with a Google account. If you don't have a Google account, there is an option to create an account, so just definitely do that one. So from here, you have the games, you have the apps. So these are just categories, okay? Movies and TV, books, those aren't apps, so you probably won't be looking at those. You also have the search bar as well. And in the search bar, keep in mind, this is for apps and games. So you don't need to change the category just to download apps or games, okay? Once you find the app, you tap on it, tap on install, and it will install into the Google, the Nothing Phone 1. So I've covered most of the basics here on how to use your Nothing Phone 1. Let me know how you're liking the Nothing Phone 1 in the comment section down below. And with that being said, thanks for watching. See you guys later. Bye bye.